Right. We'll take it. Okay.
A number of our operators are already doing it. Thank you. They think that there might be some kind of movement that honking would alert to. But as we've made very clear, from our standpoint, there may be visual barriers, but there are no blind spots. That operator is required to be able to move around, to be able to see around those, and to be able to know if there's any kind of activity that's nearby. Therefore, you've got to slow down. Now, again, the 5-mile-an-hour requirement is a requirement that's in place.
Right. But back to the honking, I guess I want to make sure I understand. Is that still something that's being considered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And no decision's been made on that?
No decision's been made on the honking. Again, as I say, some of our operators are doing that if they are in a place that they think honking there's a lot of pedestrian activity. Portland State, you see a lot of activity and you see a lot of jaywalking. That's a place where on my bus, my operator kind of tends to honk a little bit just in case there's anything just not to make the absence.
In the closure of these two stops that are in the letter, number 4 and 5, it calls for the closure of two stops. Those have been closed. What was the reason for closing those?
The 4th and Hall one was only on certain routes, but the answer was, if you know where that really is, you've got about a block and a half to be able to...
No, it's these are the new ones. These are new to report to the meeting. You haven't reported on. This is...
There was an ongoing construction, long-term construction at one site, and as a result, we were close on the lane change within that 100-foot. For us, that's a bare minimum, and it just didn't make sense to be able to have that one stop. The second one was at North Laguna Avenue in Anchor on the 72, and again, within 100 feet of it. And so as we're going through, and what we've done is we've assigned to all of our field representatives and others to be able to say, look at every line, look at every stop. Are there any places that we can, in fact, it just isn't as safe as it really needs to be? Maybe they've grown up historically, those stops have been there. Maybe even, in fact, road changes have occurred. But we want to be able to go back through and in this time to be able to make sure that there are any additional changes. And that's what that came out.
And so you're continuing to review. These aren't the only stops. So there's more than one stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you expect more changes?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, this is a process. I think sometimes it gets the sense that all of a sudden you create a safe system and then you're done and it's kind of like the perfect clock, it keeps running. The answer is it must be continuous improvement. There must be all the time continually evaluating each and every setting. And very frankly, our operators are some of the best sources where they see risky behavior at a certain place. May not be something that is illegal or not, but just risky behaviors. Are there any things we can do to be able to make those changes as well? So that's a continuous process.
Fred, at one point you said a number of requirements were not followed. This particular accident was clearly preventable. Can you elaborate? I mean, is it more than just not looking for so-called blind spots?
Well, the fact is that first off is we expect our operators to follow the law, and 2 lane changes in a relatively short distance, as she was cited, is not following that law. But we also make it very clear on courtesy stops, night stops, that it must be done and must be done safely and only safely. As one of our trainers, our expert trainer, testified, was asked at the grand jury, what would you have done? And his answer was very clear, and it's the answer that should have been done in this case, and that is that you would make the left turn onto Broadway and then discharge that courtesy stop passenger. That would have meant that the bus would have been lined up in the left lane of the 2 lanes on Gleason Street, and wouldn't have been kind of coming across, needing to look in the rearview mirror to see what was coming from behind.
I know the review still has to happen, but from a policy standpoint, an operating standpoint, if Sandy Day is convicted of these multiple traffic violations, are any of these cause for termination?
Obviously, any kind of conviction for traffic violations, particularly if it resulted in the elimination or the suspension of a CDL, the commercial driver's license, that would mean that she would not be able to drive and therefore would be grasped for disciplinary action, whatever that up to and including termination. But there's also whatever the preventability determination is that's made, likewise can result in disciplinary action.
So basically, the two changes that we talked about that Mary showed on the sheet, those two, the stop sign is the stop is just too close to where the turn would need to be made. Is that
Yes.
correct? Just so in layman's terms, I mean, it's just too close.
The lane change.
Right.
Okay, the lane change.
What you want to make sure is that the operator is fully focused ahead and on the turn. And as a result, what you want is not to be doing any kind of lane changes or anything activity. You want them lined up for that left turn. And that means you got to have a certain amount of distance. That's what it's all about.
Okay. And this wouldn't have happened, the incident wouldn't have happened if all of these things had been implemented?
I believe that what I said is that that I believe that this would have, in my mind, it would have been preventable had those things been followed. I can never get in the head of an individual in a specific incident. But you think back, here the bus is coming down 6th Avenue to Gleason. It's making a left turn. That's right at 6th, between 5th and 6th is where the comedy club is. Lots of people are out on the street. They're all coming out. That should put the antennae up incredibly sensitive about all this pedestrian activity and how to make even a higher level of concern and sensitivity to what's going on around you. I can't explain why that didn't happen in this case, or what exactly did happen, but that should have made the level of just kind of awareness. And then to be able to be lined up in that left lane, making a left turn. This isn't one person that was walking across the street. There were 5 people in that group. That's not, that's quite a bit of activity that, at least as I look at it, should have been seen.
And just in layman's terms, she's on stress-related leave. I mean, is that what most people would?
I don't remember what the work. I don't know if we can release it. Number one, and I don't know. I'll look at Becky. I don't know if we can.
She's on administrative leave.
No,
she's not on
Kelly
workers'
told me
comp.
this morning that she's on workers' comp. But I don't know if I can tell you what the workers' comp claim is because there can be numerous ones. Becky will find it out and get it to you.
Okay.
How's that?
That's one option under workers' comp, though. I mean, I'm just wondering.
There is stress.
Okay.
There is physical. I mean, obviously, you can have a fall or something else. I mean, there's lots of things. So I just don't.
So we said administrative leave, that's still accurate? Or
No.
we need
This
to
is a
say
workers'
then workers'
comp.
comp, that's
Workers'
completely,
comp.
okay. She switched over.
She's paid leave still.
Yeah, paid leave, but
It's paid
it's
leave.
technically under the workers' comp.
But she's not on administrative leave, she is on workers' comp.
What I was told this morning, and we're going to just double check this, is that like yesterday or maybe the day before, she had been moved from administrative leave to workers' comp because she has a workers' comp claim that's pending.
Could it be stress or?
We're not
Well, that's what.
within-
I don't know if I can tell you even
I
if
mean,
I
I'm
did.
guessing that's what it is, but
I don't know if I can tell you even if I did know.
No, I know legally, you know.
Because that'd be a personnel thing, correct?
Well, that's why I don't know if I can.
And police are telling you it might be several weeks still before
Well,
they release the reports?
I'm hearing maybe a little bit sooner than that, but we thought it was going to be a long time ago.
Right.
They've been a little busy.
So when do we see you again after the next, K&J safety advice?
That will be in July.
So we'll see you again next
Fred will be on the beach.
Yes,
by
but
then.
you'll see that guy over there is the new general manager.
That's right. So that's when the next round will be kind of
In the
recommended.
July.
In the
Yeah.
July.
We'll keep
Well,
you
in July, yeah.
This is your last time in this room
No.
for the
Well,
briefing.
for the board briefing, yes,
Yeah.
this is.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Were
Thanks.
these two stops closed after recommendations from this consulting firm, or were they closed?
The consultant didn't make recommendations on a stop-by-stop basis. These are when we get internal reviews based on the need to be able to have sufficient distance before the action.
So we just did about a week.
Okay.
We just thought she's mainly enough to stop here and there.
But it's part of our continuous improvement.